Hello friends, in this video we will talk about Mars affliction. Okay, and this is a quick research which has been done by Vedic Astro, and I just want to share about how the Mars affliction and what Mars affliction can do in case of malefics are affecting this particular Mars in any particular chart. Okay, so we will be covering each and everything, and we have few examples, and we have picked the examples from the internet. The chart which we are showing, they are from the internet, and we don't know that that information is correct or not, but we just want to check the combination and the pattern in case mass afflictions happen, what will happen. Okay, in this affliction we need to really note that this is affliction which is being analyzed in a deeper manner, which is being shown in this particular video, not thoroughly, because there are so many other things which need to be considered. Okay, so we will see that if Mars afflicts, how what happens and what are the things can be possible. Okay, so there is a little bit of disclaimer about this particular video. We have done this particular research from vedic-astro.in, and so do not come to any conclusion by watching a chart and a combination like this, because we need to go more deeper to really come into a conclusion. So I would really recommend to get some analysis of your chart from an expert astrologer. Rather you check it in case you don't have the complete knowledge, because there are so many other things which need to be checked before you come to any conclusion. Here we just want to share a little bit of research which we have done on Mars affliction. Okay, and just want to come with a pattern which can really help us to really provide a remedy in case there is any Mars affliction, and that can really help um, persons who are being afflicted, or they can really come to a situation where they need a proper remedy to come out of. Okay, so what exactly Mars affliction can do? Okay, so there are so many other things which Mars can do. Okay, but still I just picked a few more important thing in the medical aspect, in the medical astrology, which we can really check out. Okay, so again and again I just want to let you know that all aspects need to be checked before we come to any conclusion. Okay, do not on a fly just come to any conclusion. So here we treat that Mars is a karaka of blood. Okay, in our body, if you talk about body, the Mars is the karaka of blood. Moon is the flow of blood in our body. Okay, so whatever the liquid which is flowing, which is the karaka, which moon is ruling in our body. Lagna node, which is the whole chart, is governed by a Lagna node, and Lagna node is very important. In case Lagna node is also afflicted with this Mars, so then ascendant or a person whose chart is, he also get afflicted. Okay, so we just want to show those things in this particular chart. Always we need to check the dasha in case there is any promise or not, right? So we need to very precise really coming to any conclusion. But here whatever the charts I'm going to show you, they have blood infection in their body. Okay, you can also treat them in a severe manner, they have blood cancer. So we can provide remedies. We can there are possibilities in astrologically we can provide remedies. Okay, it's important to get remedy before the situation and the transit create that particular situation for you. The events are promised, then we need to go for remedy, because the remedies can really lead to a situation where even the medicines can come to effect, and you can cure with that particular problem which you are having in your body due to this particular affliction. So proper analysis is very important before we come into any conclusion. So that is I'm repeating again and again. Okay, so first chart which I have picked, which is of Madhubala. Okay, so this is again a chart. I'm not sure that information is correct or not, but still I have tried to pick from the internet, and I just want to explore what are the options, or what are the uh, charts and the combinations show here. Okay, so first thing which I noticed, that is Lagna Lord, which is Saturn. Okay, You can see Lagna Lord, which is Saturn, is there in 12th house. Okay, so let's go with one by one, whatever the information which we have gathered. Okay, if you can see Rahu is a malefic planet. Okay, Rahu has 7 aspect on Mars. Okay, if you can see Rahu, it has 7 aspect on Mars. Mars is in the 7th house. So if we count the aspect, there is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So Mars is the karaka of blood. Okay, so that is being afflicted by Rahu. Okay, then we can also see the Mercury is the 8th lord. It's chronic disease, and it also has a 7th aspect on Mars. Okay, so if you can see, the Mercury is there in the Lagna, and which is also aspecting Mars, and Mercury is the 8th lord, which is a chronic, which can give you a chronic disease. Okay, so next thing which we can see, the Saturn is Lagnesh, is also in the 12th house, and it's 12th lord of hospitalization. So that means Saturn is owning the first house as well as it is owning the 12th house. The 12th house is giving you the hospitalization. Okay, this is one of the significance of 12th house. So Saturn is deposited in 12th house. That means it can give you a hospitalization. Moon is in the 8th house, which is a flow of blood, which I have already explained, that Moon is there in the 8th house, which is also a flow of blood. So which is not really, we can say that this has been affected also. So in this situation, in this chart, we have seen that Mars and the blood, there is something to do with blood, and there is some blood infection. Okay, which we can see in this particular chart. Okay, let's move to the next chart. This is also a chart of Manisha Koirala. Again, I have picked it from the internet, and this also have quite similar combination, which shows a blood infection. Okay, so if you can see here, the Lagna Lord, again it's a Saturn. Okay, and Rahu is in the 2nd house, which owned by Saturn again. Okay, that means it has some energy which is giving to the Saturn. Okay, so Rahu is again giving some energy to Saturn. And if you can see, Ketu is in the 8th house, aspecting Lagnesh in the 4th house. Okay, that means Ketu is in the 8th house. 8th house is again giving you some chronic diseases, and if you can see, it has the aspect on Saturn. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So 9th aspect of Ketu on Saturn. Saturn is the Lagnesh. So next we can see that Sun is the 8th lord. Okay, Sun is the 8th lord. It's a chronic disease, and it also with with Mars in the 7th house. So you can see this is the Mars, which is with Sun. Sun is the 8th lord, so it has a conjunction. That means there is a connection with a 8th house. Okay, and you can see Mercury. This is the 6th lord. 6th house is also known as the Reproduction. Okay, and it is in the house of chronic disease in the 8th house. So you can see the Mercury, which is lord of 6th, which is there in the 8th house. Okay, again it is having an aspect of Rahu and Ketu. Okay, and which has an aspect of Rahu and Ketu. So if you can see, Moon is the Lagnesh, and is also have an aspect from Sun. Okay, which is a 8th lord having the aspect of Moon. So then we can also say there is a possibility of severe affliction of Mars, and it also caused to a blood infection. Okay, I'm treating it as a blood infection, but the severe infection causes by the planetary position and the dashas which are supporting this affliction, then it lead to a more dangerous issues. Okay, the next chart which I have, again I picked up from the internet, which is for Lisa Ray. Okay, and here we can see the Moon is Lagnesh, which is aspected by Saturn, 8th lord. Okay, if we can see Moon, which is there. Okay, and Saturn is the 8th lord Saturn in the 11th house. It is having the aspected on Moon, which is Lagnesh. Okay, and if you can see, Rahu has aspect on Saturn. That means it's having an aspect on 8th lord, Mars and Venus. If you can see, Rahu is in the 7th house. It is having the aspect on Saturn, which is the 8th lord, Mars, which is our blood, and Venus is the 4th lord as well. Okay, so if you can see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, then there can be a possibility. I'm just going a bit deeper, but there can be a possibility that it is having the blood is having the conjunction with Venus, which is also a lord of fourth house. Fourth house is our chest. It can also represents as breast. So there can be a possibility there is an infection of blood in there in the chest or breast. Okay, so it also shows that. So let's move to another chart. It's a chart of Mumtaz, and if you can see here, it also shows that Mercury is the Lord. Okay, Mercury is the Lagna Lord. It is with 8th Lord of Saturn. So that means Saturn is the 8th Lord, which is having a connection with the Lagnesh, which is the Lagna Lord. And Saturn 8th Lord has an aspect on Mars. Okay, if you see the aspect, Saturn is the 8th Lord, is having an aspect on Mars. 1, 2, 3. You can see. Okay, and Mars is also in 4th house, and Rahu is also having in the 12th house of hospitalization, and also aspecting Mars with 5th aspect. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Rahu is having the aspect on Mars. Okay, from the 12th house of hospitalization. So if you can see Ketu is in the 6th house. It's also having it is a Ripu Rog. 6th house is a Ripu Rog. Okay, and it also have 9th aspect on Lagnesh. Lagnesh is our Mercury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so you can see this is also aspecting the Lagnesh, which is Mercury, as well as it is aspecting the 8th lord. Okay, which is a chronic disease. So these are the combinations which are repeating again and again. You can see. Okay, there are quite similar combinations which are repeating, and they all are being afflicted with blood infection or a blood cancer, you can say, in a severe manner. But there are two ways, right? There can be a possibility the persons can recover how much the planets and the nakshatras are supporting him to really recover. Okay, that also depends. And the last chart which I want to share, which is for Yuvraj Singh. Okay, and if you can see, his Lagnesh is Saturn. Okay, Saturn is the Lagnesh, and 8th house, Mars is in the 8th house. Okay, you can see the Mars is there in the 8th house. Okay, and if you can see, there is a Parivartan Yoga of Mars and Mercury here. Okay, so they are exchanging houses, so they are building a connection. Okay, so Mercury is the 8th lord, Mars is blood, which is there in 8th house of chronic disease. Okay, and Lagnesh is also there in the 8th house. Okay, you can see Lagnesh is also there in the 8th house, which is having the connection with the 8th lord, which is Mercury. Okay, and if you can see Rahu, okay, Saturn is also on the 12th house. Okay, so that means it also owns the hospitalization, and the Ketu is also there, so it is creating a malefic situation on the 12th house. So there can be a severe hospitalization due to some diseases which Ketu represent here. Okay, in the 12th house. And if you can see, Rahu is is in 6th. Okay, you can the Reproduction, and has aspect on 8th lord Mercury. Okay, so Rahu has the aspect on 8th lord Mercury. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it has a 5th aspect on the 8th lord, and Ketu has aspect on the Lagnesh. So if you can see Ketu, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that means Ketu is having the aspect on Lagnesh as well as on Mars. So it is also creating a situation where he can lead to a blood infection. Okay, so these are the all situations which can, it's a pattern which I want to share here. So if the situation come before the situation really arise, if we can do astrological remedies, they can really give you a they can give you the cure, or there can be a possibility when you are there into this particular situation, and there should be some medicine which will be work for you and you get cured. Okay, so I just want to wrap up this quickly. So thank you very much for watching this particular video. I just want your comments and want to understand how you feel about this particular video, because this could lead to a wrong assumption as well, because astrology always say the correct astrology is the correct science. Okay, it always try to say the right thing, and there are possibilities, there are remedies which we can really provide and go for. Okay, but it is very important, do not go for the exact patterns directly right now and judging to a conclusion that I'm saying again and again, because this requires a very deep research before we really jump into this and come to any conclusion. Okay, so that's I want you to really understand before you commit or before you come to any conclusion. Okay, if you need any suggestions, any consultations, you are welcome. You can reach out to me in a WhatsApp or to my website, so I will be happy to assist you. Okay, so if you like this video, just hit the like button, and if you have any questions, just shoot out in the comment section. I will be happy to answer you. And I'm signing off from vedic-astro.in. Thank you.